Hello everyone. Hi, my name is Gab and I will be demonstrating the implementations I did for our Unreal project, and it's a game called What Lies Beneath. So I'm one of the main programmers for this project, and I'm mainly responsible for the keycard and door system as well as the teleportation blueprint. I also help out with the key cards, the UIs for the pickups, and the I also help with the sound design and everything like that, and other mechanics that I will further discuss in this video. So for now, let's start with the longest or the most hectic one to explain. So first, let's start off with the teleportation blueprint, which is this long. Yeah, I'm sorry. I try my best to keep it as neat as possible, but yeah. So I do find it quite like very symmetrical. I like the X in the middle and everything. Okay, so enough of this structure. Let's talk about the blueprint. So this teleportation blueprint works when the actor, which is the hero character, collides with the trigger box that I used for the teleportation. See, so as you can see, there's a trigger box over there. So once the character is at the trigger box, it will then check if it's in the second level or not. So it so see, it's not equal to. It's not equal to. This is because um I'm checking if it's not at the second level. So if it's not at the second level, we will proceed as is to for like the original blueprint that I did. So this was initially the first blueprint structure, but I had to add this in. Why is this so? This is because Lewis map is structured in a way that there's no door that will open once you kill all the enemies. So I have a blueprint for that. So what I did was I just check if it's in the second level or not. So if it's not at the second level, it will proceed as is for the other two levels, the first and the third. But if it's at the second level, it will be false. So it will be false, and if it's false, it will it will proceed to check here if the condition, if it's not at the second level, as well as if the enemies reach zero. I'll change that to reaches. So we're checking if the number of enemies reaches zero because there's a mechanic in the game that I implemented that you have to clear all the enemies in a level in order to proceed to the next level. Um, so it will check every time because this is an event tick, so it's just keep going and going. So it checks if the number of enemies in the level, which is a variable I made in twin stick mode, which is the game mode. So if it's zero or less than zero, it will state true, and if the character is at the second level, because it this not node negates the not equal to. So if this is true, there's a branch, and it will clear um, the timer for fire, which is like the release trigger function from the previous Unreal Engine project. I tried to implement like I made a variable called laser rifle like this, and then I just set it to I called release trigger, but it won't work for some reason when I hit, like when I reach the teleporter and I'm pressing the arrow keys, it just keeps firing. So what I did, I just hard coded in the clear timer by function, and I called fire, and it worked. It worked out for me. So after clearing the fire function, which is the one that shoots the lasers, it will disable input, which means we can't move the character. Then after that, we set the control rotation. um, for the second level, I think we set it to 0. We set it to 0 as well for here, and then the relative location of our spring arm. So as you can see, the spring arm is disabled, which means the camera is disabled, and the character as well. And then the relative rotation, it rotates our our camera as well. It rotates our character, our controller, sorry. After that, once this is done, it spawns this teleport chamber sound at the start, and then it will spawn an emitter at the location of our actor. So as you can see, I just took the actor rotation and the actor location. I just set a value. I can promote this to a variable if I want, but I don't want that any because I won't be using this anymore. um, at first, I was supposed to use spawn emitters and something like that for effects, but I decided not to because it takes so much time to edit, and I would like to implement more mechanics in the game rather than focusing on graphics. So next, after we spawn the emitter, it'll just take a couple seconds, like a 1.5 second, and it will play the level sequence that I made, which is just the teleport glass. I'll show you. This is the teleport glass. I think I put it in teleport. No. Oh yeah, I put it in teleport. This is the teleport glass, and the animations basically like it's going up. I'm playing it on reverse, by the way. I actually made a mistake. Like I put it on, like I put this keyframe here, so I have to play it on reverse, and I did it for all the teleport glass in the other levels, but it doesn't matter because you can just play reverse, or if you're doing it right, you just change it to play instead. And I was just like, I don't want to change the position anymore because it's already there, so I just play reverse, and it's totally fine. It's the same. And after that, I play another sound effect because once the emitter is spawned, there's a sound effect, and after the teleport chamber comes up, this teleport sound will play. I'll just comment this one out. Plays teleport sound, and then after that, there's a quite a bit of delay, pausing for 2 seconds, and then it checks there's a sequence here, so it checks if the player is at the corresponding level that I placed here. This is just a string value, so get current level name. So if it takes the name of the level, so it's in string, so I just compare it to another string, and the value of this string is the name of the map. So for example, this one is the default map. So if it's in the default map, it will transport you to the factory level, which is the first level. And if you are at the first level, see, the factory level is its value. If you are at the factory level, it will transport you over to the reactor blackout, and so on and so forth until you reach the last map, which is the map for Twin Stick, which is the Chaos Chamber. So that's how the teleportation blueprint works. Okay. Again, this is just a level sequence that I made. Maybe you're wondering, I don't know if you could see it in OBS, but the BP floor and BP teleport glass is color red here in my sequencer. This is because the other animations here, they are not existing in this level. If I move to different levels, they will turn white, which means they exist, and it doesn't matter if it's red or not. It's just gonna say, oh, this is not existing. I will still continue to play the animation that is existing in this level. Okay, so let's move on to let's move on to the door system real quick, because this one is hectic as well. After that, we should be good to go. Okay, teleportation is done. And next we go to the door. So I'll just show you. Did I show you how the teleport works? Wait, let me just show you real quick. So I go in here. See, it just teleports me. I love how the robot, and it teleports me to the factory. So I will not spoil you for that. You can play it on your own. I can send you like the G drive of our game or something, but for now I'll demonstrate how the keycard system works. So I pick this keycard up. There will be a HUD keycard equipped, and if I press F,
access granted,
it will open this door. So what if we don't have a card? Okay, Unreal crashed on me. I'm sorry about that. I will edit this one out. Okay, this is the pain with Unreal Engine. Okay. Sorry guys. I'm trying to explain as fast as I can because last time I made a blueprint analysis or documentation, I was taking too long. It took me an hour to explain. Let me see the time already. It's 11 minutes. Okay, let's go. So let's go to our blueprint again. So I have this door system. We go to door, and we go to key card, and we go to BP, next level. So I'm on the next level. I don't know if you know that song, but yeah. Sorry. Okay, so as you can see, this is my blueprint for the door. Okay, let's see. So on begin event overlap, if it hits the entrance reference, I'll show you the entrance reference. So the entrance reference is this block. If the character hits it in front, so I made it a little bit smaller because I don't want the character to use the key card over here, or maybe somewhere that's not in front of the door. So I just made it kind of small but chunky. And okay, let's go back. So if it hits the entrance reference, it casts to our BP hero character, and it has a sequence, so it will do these things at once. So it will create a widget and add it to the viewport. Our widget would be with keycard. So it automatically creates this widget, and there's another branch node here that I will explain in a bit. So first, it checks this this door value if it's like the same with the array index in this for each loop. And I'm calling a value from the hero character, which is keycard values, because once the character equips a keycard, the keycard specifically that I spawn has an assigned value. So for example, this is 0 and the door is 0. So I need to check if the keycard corresponds with the door. So if it's the same, so if it checks the array and checks, oh, this is the same number as the door, so it will print out true. And then the array element, we need to get that as well, because that's the one that is we've pushed inside the array. So it checks the array element. If it's the same, if they're both true, it will enable the input for our character, so they will be able to press F. Okay, so if not, nothing will happen. It's just gonna be there. As for this one here, there's a branch, and so it will check if the key card is equipped. I have another variable that is inside our hero character. So our key card value just checks if you've equipped the number that is assigned on the key card, and if if you, for example, have collided with the key, a boolean value of keycard equipped will be switched to true. So it checks that. So if it's true, so this with keycard widget, it will just proceed to this gate, and it's in the open execution. If it's false, it will remove the parent with just this keycard widget, and then it will create a new widget named no keycard, and it will add it to viewport with a delay, and it will be removed in 2 seconds. So it's in the close execution. Okay, so after that, what else? So if, for example, you have a key that corresponds with the door, so true, you can press F now. If you press F, it will play a sound which is like access granted, and it will set the key card equipped to false, so that if you, for example, go to the next door and hit F, it won't work because it's set again. You need to get another key card, and then you will need to, if after you pressed F, it will enter this gate and proceed to the next sequence of function. But before that, we have another uh, function here, or I mean event, sorry, which is on component and overlap. So once the character leaves the collision box, which is the entrance reference, it will disable input, and then it will remove from parent our widget. So it will just remove the widget, nothing will happen, and everything else is fine. And then it's in the close execution as well. So for example, you have the corresponding key and corresponding door. I have a bunch of code here. You're probably wondering why there's a bunch of code. Because first of all, it will check if which level and which doors um, are you opening. So first, it checks if it's in the task map. If it's in the task map, it will play this level sequence that I made, which is default door level sequence. And after the animation has been made, it will destroy the component, which is our entrance reference, so that the animation won't repeat itself. So it just destroys this entrance reference here. And if it's not the default map, it checks every level until it's like, oh, okay, you're at the second level. Is your door number 3? Then it checks. If it's not, it will check again. Is your door number 4? And if it's door number 4, it will proceed and play. And that is basically the logic for all of these. Oh, sorry about that. For all of this code. So it's the same. It just checks the level and then checks the number of the door. And if it's the number of the door, then it will proceed to play the sequence. That's for the door. And now for the key card. Like I said earlier, it's still on component begin overlap. So if the player character overlaps with the collision box, which is, I'll show you the collision box real quick. This is the collision box over here. It's just a box that is with no mesh at all. It's just a box. And if you hit it, so as you can see, it checks the keycard value and assign it to an integer. So it inserts the keycard value to this array, and then enables the input from the user, and then sets the keycard equipped boolean value to true. So it's like you've equipped a keycard. It's like saying that. And then I have a do once here, and then it will play the keycard pickup once, and it will create a widget, which is our pickup keycard widget, which just says you've equipped keycard or something, and it will set the visibility of our actor to false, because what I had a problem with this one is because if I didn't set the visibility, the actor will be there even if I remove the parent. And sometimes the parent won't actually like disappear. And this is because I've already destroyed the actor. If I destroy the actor, um it's not gonna know, oh, um what am I don't have a parent, I'm still here, because you already destroyed the actor. So I just set the visibility to false, so you cannot see the key. And then when the widget has been destroyed or removed, it will then be destroyed, which will have no compiler errors. So I hope you understand that. Thank you very much. And we have a special door. So what is this special door? This special door is for the doors that will only open if and only if the enemies in the level are killed. So if you have even just one remaining enemy, the door would not open. So how did we do this? So first, I made an eventing function, and inside the game mode, I made a variable. It's a variable. It's an integer called number of enemies. So it will tick and tick and tick and tick and check if the enemies reached 0. So if the enemies are not 0, it's just gonna keep on going. If it's 0, it will proceed and get the level name. So can we get first level and can we get third level? Maybe you're asking why there's no second level. This is because, like what I've explained before, Lewis map is a bit different. He has no like a door for the player to go to the portal. It's the portal directly. So I designed it this way, like just to check these two doors. And if, for example, it gets the name of the level, it will play the sequence that will open that corresponding door. And as for Lewis, I just set the portal. If we go back to the teleportation blueprint, if we go back, it just sets the teleport directly once it detects that, oh, you have no more enemies, now you can teleport. So that's how. Well, meanwhile, on Mark's and on Neil's level, the teleport is always working, unlike Lewis map, which has the teleport disabled when the enemies are not yet killed. Okay, now we're done with the door system and the key cards and the special doors. Let's go to the let's go to the GUI first, I think, or maybe the pickup that I have helped with. So this is just a pickup, like a hidden key around the map. It's designed by Lewis and it's pretty nice. It looks really great. I think Neil added a light to it in his level. It looks really great. So what I did for this to actually work, I'm gonna show you the game mode real quick. So as you can see, I made two variables here in integers. One is number of enemies and the other one is total keys. So the number of enemies just gets like it has a default value of 0, but I think Garrett helped me in that code here in our characters blueprint. Let me just check real quick and then find results, enemy, okay, not yet. I'm really sorry. It's Garrett who actually made that for me, but I did implement the number of enemies and total keys here. So the total keys is 2. The number of enemies is 0 for now. So, but it will check per level how many enemies are there in the map. And oh, I think it's in cyber enemy. I think, yeah, it's in cyber enemy. So it's being casted upon on, and then it just subtracts 1 every time um the enemy like dies. So it subtracts 1 to the number of enemies. Okay, that's just an update on what the value of our number of enemies is. I think I edited this one. I kind of don't remember. I might look up on my developer journal, but yeah. Okay, so after that, oh my god, this is Garrett's code. It looks nice, right? um, I just implemented a small code in our hero character. It's just like when the player clicks escape, it will have the game exit, and this is a plugin that I use to make the walls and other assets fade when the camera collides with it. I had some help with like fellow Unreal developers on Discord, and they were able to like show me how they did it, but it was too advanced. I think I might learn it over the break, but yeah, they helped me build through this, and I was really happy of the end result. Anyway, let's go back to the hidden key. So, for the hidden key, if you collide with the mesh, it will cast a sequence over and play sound, and after that, it will destroy the actor itself, and then it will cast to our game mode, and it will just subtract 1 from the total amount of keys. So we have 2 for each level, so I wrote 2, and then it just subtracts every time you get the key, and it will show up in the HUD. If let's see, this is an example. So I have 2 collectibles remaining. If I hit it, it shows 1, and you can hear the sound effect as well. All right, so that's for the hidden key. Twin stick mode is pretty okay as well. Cyber hero, and then cyber enemy. Since the fade objects is actually a plugin, I don't really have the blueprints for it. It's just a plugin that I built in, but I can demonstrate it. As you can see, this box, it hits the camera, so it just fades. But there are certain areas that you cannot be able to do that, which is this door. This is because the door has a collision set to block all dynamic, if I'm correct. Yeah, see, it's block all dynamic. So if it blocks all dynamic things in the map, it just blocks the camera as well, so it doesn't fade. All right, but if it's like a default or no collision, it will fade. Anyway, next to the implementations that I did was GUIs that I helped with. Give me 1 sec to open them all up. This is just the key cards. I will not go through with all of them because they're mainly like used in the blueprint. They're just like design, while the others have like blueprints in them. So I'm just gonna show you. Okay, okie dokie. And yeah, that's about it. I think that's about what I've done for the project. I did help with some debugging, but okay, let's discuss this first. Sorry, I keep going out of track. Anyway, so we have the double damage notification, and it plays the animation accordingly to the sequence. Let's try it. So this is the double damage. See, there's like a fading animation. It will just fade out. Same goes with the double damage. You can use it and press 1 accordingly. It's just like the key card. So it's gonna come up, but instead
Access
of like
granted.
fading and everything, they just appear. So I decided to make a different with the shotgun burst and the it's actually an experiment of mine, and I'm really proud that I was able to do this without any help. uh anyway, let's go back. Sorry. So the burst notification works like this. So I have this two elements in my canvas panel. I have an image and I have a text. And then um, in my graph, I have this event construct event, and I will play the animation that I have made. How did I make the animation, you might ask? I have done it here in Designer. I have an animations panel and a timeline panel. I just hit plus animation and I can like create an animation like my animation, and then once I hit that, I can hit my animation and use track. Like what you do for level sequences, you can also do it here. See, you can just add whatever property you want to change, or add an event, or add a template sequence, whatever you want. For me, what I did with the fade burst shot was I just kind of tweaked the opacity so it looks like it's fading in this rate, like for 3 seconds. um so as you can see, it's the same thing for my damage boost. So they're the same. Oh, where's my shotgun burst? They're the same, exactly the same for the graph, and it's totally fine. It works pretty well. And so it automatically gets casted once you create the widget. And next we have the enemy and hidden key. So this is the collectibles and the enemies remaining. So how did I do like a, when you see the number of collectibles, for example, let's set it to 0. I put it 6 at first, but I decided to just make 2 for each level because it's too many. Anyway, so collectibles remaining 0. How come when you play the game it changed values? See, the collectibles remaining is equals to 2. So the reason for that is because this text, which is the ones in the zeros, they have a binding. So I have created a binding for them. So for example, this first one, binding for get text 0. So binding for get text 0, it will get the text, it will cast to BP twin stick mode, which is our game mode, and it will check the total amount of keys. So obviously our total amount of keys is 2 at the start. So it will just print it out, and it here using the to text integer. um yeah, I think this is a function. Yeah. And then it will return that value to our widget. And it keeps on, since twin stick mode is always, it keeps on casting this once you create the widget, and it will change the value accordingly if the value in the twin stick mode changes. That is the same thing that we did for the enemies remaining. So let's check the binding for that. So I'll change this binding for hidden keys, total hidden keys. Yeah. And then I'll change this one. Oh, it's not yet commented. I'll change this one. Comment on selection, binding for total number of enemies left. So it just checks the number of enemies and then prints out the value, and that's basically it. See, pretty simple. As for this, this is the tutorial sequence at the start of the game. Let me just show you. So I teleport here, and then it will teleport me to the start of the map. I'm trying to move, but it won't let me. And there's like a text below that says mission clear all enemies. And it fades, and you can't still move. You can't move or anything. Press WASD left joystick to move. So now you can move. Okay, so what am I doing? Press arrow keys and right joystick to shoot. So it's just a tutorial. So the character can go through here. Q and E or left and right finger to control the camera. So this is the camera pan. Okay. And now we can get the key card. Key card is equipped. We can use the key card here.
Access granted.
Access granted. Oh no, an enemy. And if we get the pickup, we have a damage boost now. Oh gosh. So as you can see, it works pretty fine. Our UI works pretty fine as well, and the fading plug-in works as well. And then we can get a secret key here. See, the collectibles remaining equals to 1, and the remain enemies equals to 24. So if we enter this, oh no, there's lots of enemies. We can just use our damage boost. Since we already have the key for the next level, we can press F.
Access granted.
And we are good to go. Do you want to test out the clear all enemies? We can do that as well. Oh gosh, I died. So I died. I just respawned back to where I came from. And as you can see, the health bar went down. That's credits to my fellow programmer, Garrett. Anyway, let's go back. So the AI of the enemies just checks the last known location. Okay, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. I don't have any power-ups left, so I'm just gonna kill them all. I'm gonna kill all of them. We have a key over here. As you can see, the door has opened automatically. A while ago it's closed. So now we know that our blueprint works. And if we go here, our teleport works as well. And it teleports us to Lewis's map. This map is a little bit scary for me. I get scared of the lights. So as you can see, our implementation is working. The fading plugin works. And our teleportation works as well. Our keycard system works. If we go to the door, we don't have a key. It says no card equipped. And if we equip a key, let's find a key. Let's find a key. I think there's a key over here. I think I'm gonna die here. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna... Yeah, this is my last stand. Oh, wait, I live. So I have this, and I can escape. No, I wanna escape. Please, let me escape. I can try to open this door. No, it doesn't let me because that's the wrong door. How about this one?
Access granted.
It opens because that's the correct door. And this again, no, it doesn't let me because it's the wrong door. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you like my explanation of my blueprints and my implementations. See you next time for next and future projects. Bye!